Mauritius, star and key of the Indian Ocean, the land of rainbows and shooting stars. God created Mauritius first, and then the Garden of Eden was copied from it. Mark Twain, 1897. Gorgeous beaches, beautiful landscapes all around. A mosaic of races, cultures, and religions representing the 5 continents transformed Mauritius into a miniature world. Foreign visitors are always welcomed with a gracious smile. It's an open invitation to all people who haven't done it yet to visit Mauritius and take pleasure discovering the Paradise Island, or rather, rediscover the Garden of Eden of the 3rd millennium. Mauritius is situated in the east coast of Africa, in the Indian Ocean, very close to Reunion Island and not too far from Madagascar and the Seychelles, far from the madding crowds of big cities. Sir Sivasagar Ramgoolam International Airport, one of the most sophisticated and modern infrastructure in the region, reserves a warm welcome to visitors. Tour operators along with tourist guides are there to greet you and lead you to your respective hotel. During your trip, no doubt you will have the opportunity to admire and appreciate the multiple pleasant facets of your chosen holiday destination, thus giving you the feeling and satisfaction of having made the right choice by opting for Mauritius. A volcano gave birth to this diminutive island. A diminutive island indeed, but bespangled with evergreen trees among its verdant sugarcane fields, and mirroring its vast azure sky in the emerald lagoons girded by a protective coral reef. Its mountainous, as if carved by unknown gods, launch unfamiliar silhouettes towards the sky. The island is all harmony with its serene landscapes, blonde beaches, and natural luxuriance. Mauritius has a moderate climate. An independent state since 12 March 1968, Mauritius has proudly entered the 3rd millennium. Confident in its capacity to accept the challenge of modernization and computerization for the betterment of the Mauritian society. The population turns around 1.4 million inhabitants. The peaceful cohabitation amidst the multi-plural society, the political stability and the fast development have become exemplary. And Mauritius is much envied for that. Mauritius is a democratic country. It is divided into 9 districts and Rodrigues is known as the 10th district. Mauritius has a growing economy today. For decades, sugar and tea productions have been our main economic resources. However, after independence, the textile industry was promoted through the free zone, thus creating thousands of jobs. Today, thanks to well-trained and skilled workers, our textile and clothing industry is flying high and competing with Asian giants like India and China. Keeping in touch with innovations, new technologies and globalization, Mauritius has started diversifying its resources and economy. Mauritius has a long banking history. The first commercial bank was established in 1938. Established in 1967, the role of the Bank of Mauritius is to safeguard the value of the Mauritian rupees and strengthen the financial system with a view to enhancing the economic activity. The Bank of Mauritius formulates and implements monetary policy. Banking services available in Mauritius include both banking and non-banking financial services. The government's objective is to transform Mauritius into a regional financial and business hub. Mauritius provides an ideal environment for banks, trading companies, insurance and reinsurance companies, shop owners or fund manager, and professionals to conduct the international business. Port Louis, formerly a small market town, today a flourishing and bustling city, the capital of Mauritius has preserved its past heritage. Maille de la Bourdonnais, who governed the island from 1735 to 1747, founded Port Louis. Today, Port Louis is the nerve center of the island, a city that shelters ancient colonial houses, modern villas, and towering buildings which are landmarks of her progress. All over Port Louis, there are buildings or other monuments which bring history to life. There's Mauritius in a nutshell. An island opens to the vast world. In brief, Port Louis is a link between our colonial past and our future, and a reflection of the diversity of our cultures and religions. Port Louis Venerable Theatre, better known as Théâtre de Port Louis, is almost 2 centuries old. The municipality building facing the ever-busy and famous Desforges Street. Between the government house and the harbour stretches Mauritius's main square, the Place d'Armes. It was established since the very beginning of the French settlement. The palm-lined Place d'Armes itself, which houses the seat of the government house, is rather primly presided over by a statue of Queen Victoria. The central market, better known as Bazar Central, is also a mixture of flavors. It smells verdure, earth, dry fish, and sandalwood. It smells life, and everything does live like an enormous and quiet monster. It welcomes tens of thousands of visitors every day. The Côte d'Or waterfront, which is rather recent, is the jewel of the city. In modern architecture, with its hotel, theaters, restaurants, casino and boutiques of international class, has become a much appreciated meeting place for businessmen, a hiding place for young lovers, and a visiting place with multiple attractions for one and all. Chaussee Street. The Chaussee Street is the most famous and busiest street of the capital. We've got the Natural History Museum, also known as the Mauritius Institute, the Company Garden, the Development Bank of Mauritius, and the Treasury Building, which has been recently transformed into the Prime Minister's office. The Mauritius Institute houses the only known skeleton of extinct dodo and numerous other stuffed animals representing the fauna of Mauritius. The Citadel, an old fort now, was built by the British to crush down all rebellions. Today, this historic place, which attracts thousands of visitors all year round, is occasionally transformed into open-air theatre where memorable spectacles of high standards are staged and performed. From the height of the Citadel, we can enjoy the beauty of the city of Port Louis and have a better view of the harbour. The Champ de Mars, which lies at the foot of the Citadel, is another place full of memories. Under the administration of La Bourdonnais, this wide plain was used as a parade ground and as a place for military exercises. Today it contains a superb racetrack known all over the world. The horse racing is very popular in Mauritius. It's also a place of gathering for great occasions. The monument of the Lady of the Peace is another delight for the eyes. The view is splendid. From here we can appreciate the harbour view and the city from a different angle. It looks like the city of Port Louis has the blessing of Mother Mary, who keeps an eye on its development and prosperity. Chinatown. Visiting the capital without a halt at the Chinatown would be unfair. Despite fast modernization of our architecture in our society, the Chinatown hasn't changed. We can still visualize decades of Chinese existence in the city through their way of living, ancient abodes, foodstuff, and restaurants. Popularly known as the Town of Lights, Cupip stretches down the feet of the extinct volcano called Troussert, which is 700,000 years old. Cupip is the quartier chic of the island. The landscapes are magnificent from the height of the crater. The place, which attracts thousands of visitors, both local and tourists, is ideal for both morning walks and jogging. The Royal College of Cupid is one of the oldest and most reputed colleges for boys. Besides the father of the nation, Sir Sivasagar Ramgoolam, and the first Governor-General of independent Mauritius, Sir Abdul Razak Osman, the college has produced and molded hundreds of big names in various professions. The Church of Sainte Thérèse, facing the municipality, is a beauty of architecture. The colonial architecture of the municipality of Cupid reminds us of the past heritage, and the statue of Paul et Virginie couldn't have been better exposed to attract the attention of passers-by. The marketplace is yet another meeting place with great attractions. We can find fresh vegetables, fruits, and a variety of local menus. The taxi stand is there, the post office as well. Plenty of shops and restaurants around keep the place always crowded and colorful. You can as well do your shopping in certain duty-free shops or shopping centers and boutiques or workshops, for all tastes and purses are available. The Lake Point, with its modern infrastructure, is another place of attraction. It shelters showrooms, cyber cafe, coffee house, and much more. The casino, better known as Casino de Maurice, recently renovated to offer a new look, is one of the oldest of the country. The Mauritius Broadcasting Corporation, our national television and radio station, is an integrated part of the town of Cupid. Clinique d'Arny. Clinique d'Arny, situated at Roy Road, Floréal, figures among the best clinics of the island. Its modern infrastructure and sophisticated technology is your ultimate healthcare. For amateurs of marine history and treasures, Voilier de la France, situated at Sir Winston Churchill Street at Brasserie Road, Forest Side, would propose you as souvenirs of Mauritius a variety of miniature historic sail ships, fully conceived from original plans and made with genuine teak wood. And if ever you want to simply relax for a while and enjoy the beauty of nature, then you wouldn't find a better place than the Botanical Garden of Cupid. Vaqua is another residential town, smaller than Caterborn and off the main highway. In colonial time, it was where the British lived. It still contains the old Gymkhana, the Admiralty Club, and the Army Barracks. When the British departed after independence, they left behind as reminders a fine golf course, a section of road lit by sodium lights, and embellished with cypress trees. No doubt, the small town still has something British all around. Vaqua is also famous for its open-air market day, which is held on Tuesdays and Fridays, and where an abundance of fresh vegetables, fruits, flowers, and even clothes other highlights. And for some shopping without any stress in town, one cannot find a better place than the Phoenix Commercial Center. Phoenix Beer and Coca-Cola, two giant institutions belonging to the Phoenix Beverages Limited, are both based at Phoenix Group of Companies. They both contribute generously to the development and welfare of the town of Aqua Phoenix. Besides being the two most appreciated drinks in the country, Phoenix Beer, which bears the name of its town, has been rewarded at international level for its top quality on several occasions, and that's a great pride for the country as well. And facing the beer factory, we've got the Industrial and Vocational Training Board, IVTB, a parastatal organization operating presently under the aegis of the Ministry of Education and Human Resources. The town of Catterbourne is known as the town of flowers. In a very short lapse of time, it has become the residential area par excellence. No manufactories, but several large stores, fine shops and shopping centers. Thanks to a cooler climate, drier than Kyope, more and more people climbing up socially choose to live in Catterbourne. The Fair of Catterbourne, held on Thursdays and Sundays, is nationwide famous. T-Vegas Casino invites you to try your luck, place your bets, and bring your emotion to life in a pleasant and warm atmosphere. Nightclubs, restaurants, hotels, everything is there to make you feel at home in Catterbourne. The Victoria Hospital, better known as Condos Hospital, which is one of the best in the country, automatically contributes to the good reputation of the town of Catterbourne. Rosehill, the heart of Glen-Williams district, is the hub of the island. Plaza Theatre is the Mauritian Broadway of the United States, where local talents as well as professionals in the field of music automatically stage performances at the plaza once they land on the Mauritian soil as an artist. Rosehill is a lively town during the day and by night as well. Interesting shopping can be made during the day, and in the night, the Paradox nightclub has acquired a good reputation for good restoration and entertainment. Talking about restoration, a name to remember in Rosehill is the Hollywood Restaurant. The Balfour Waterfall at the back of the Balfour Garden is another tourist site which brings a certain freshness and charm in the landscapes of the town of Beaubassin-Rosehill. The Château of Réduit, built in 1748 by Governor David as his official residence, is also situated in Moka district. This magnificent colonial house, sheltered from the rest of the world by its large park, has been the residence of the governors of Mauritius ever since it was built. Now it has become the official residence of the President of the Republic. The fine building and its well-designed garden portrays a truly royal setting. Le Réduit was also chosen as the proper setting for the University of Mauritius, which was established in 1965. Along with the establishment of the Mauritius Institute of Education, the Mauritius College of the Air, the School of Administration, the School of Industrial Technology, and the incorporation of the College of Agriculture, there is every hope of making the university the seat of a great human experiment and may help Mauritius to become a real laboratory in social living, an example to other multiracial societies in the world. The Mauritius education system is largely based on the British system and is free and compulsory until college level between the ages of 5 and 12. Just facing the university, the Mahatma Gandhi Institute, better known as the MGI, is one of the high places of culture. Mauritius has gathered from the seeds of culture sown on the soil a rich and abundant harvest. We have got the north, the south, the west, and the east to visit. So let's follow the guide and start our journey by casting a glance at the southeast, which changed and molded the history of Mauritius in the beginning of the 18th century. Maïbourg is a small town perpetuating Maï de la Bourdonnais' memory. It is one of the island's beauty spots. It was the first harbour of the old Île-de-France. One of the most beautiful bridges is found at Maïbourg. Popularly known as Rivière la Chaux, the bridge separates the river in two parts. On one side is Maïbourg and on the other side is La Ville Noire. The waterfront has given a new look, a new dimension to the development of Maïbourg, which is fast becoming a tourist village. Until recently, which means a few months back, there was no nightclub, no bar in the south. Henceforth, this gap has been filled and it's working. Formerly known as Le Phare, this restaurant facing the waterfront has become Les Copains d'Abord, and a private club, La Salsa, added on, has given a new dimension to the restaurant. The Naval Museum situated at Maïbourg preserves some memories of historical days. Within its walls, both the commanders of the English and French fleets, namely Willoughby and Duperrey, were tendered side by side after receiving wounds in the Grand Port battle, which took place in 1810. The naval battle of Vieux-Grand-Port was fought somewhere here in the year 1810. The French were defeated by the British troops and the destiny of the island changed completely. First thing, the British changed the name of Île-de-France into that of Mauritius. Something rather curious indeed. Despite 158 years of British rule, the people of Mauritius never abandoned the French culture and the French language. Today, it's a matter of great pride that we can master the two most widely spoken languages in the world. Close to Maibourg, we find Blue Bay's iridescent turquoise waters and the dazzling white sand. Blue Bay counts among the island's most beautiful and most frequented beaches. From here, you can catch a glance of Chandrani Hotel, another beauty among classy hotels, a jewel worth praising. Going closer would definitely increase your desire to discover paradise on earth. Le Presqu'île Beach Resort. On the way to Blue Bay after leaving the town center lies Le Presqu'île Beach Resort at Pointe-Jérôme. We have the impression that it has been built on an oasis. And next to the public beach of Blue Bay, we have Blue Lagoon Hotel. The name matches perfectly with the color of the lagoon. The southeast of the island hosts Le Val Nature Park, which derives its name from the valley that lies between its luxuriant mountains. Before undertaking a long journey towards the south, let's make a halt at Grand Bassin, the sacred lake. It's always good to spare some time for a prayer before starting a fresh journey. The holy lake of Grand Bassin is set in a verdant and picturesque landscape over 2,000 feet above sea level. Grand Bassin is sacred for the Indians. On the occasion of the Mahashivratri festival, the grand night of Lord Shiva, hundreds of thousands of pilgrims of Hindu faith would visit the sacred lake to fetch the holy water that's going to be poured on the Shivling on that auspicious day. In the course of time, it has become a tourist attraction for foreigners who have the opportunity to discover something unique in the world. The pilgrims would all dress in white and carry their kaur from home to the sacred lake and back, chanting prayers all the way. Mahashivratri means the great night of Lord Shiva. Although a religious festival, the spectacle is a colorful, impressive, and lively attraction. The Black River Gorges National Park is a sanctuary for the endemic flora and fauna. It provides opportunities to visitors to enjoy spectacular scenery and some of the unique endemic plants and birds' life. Lavani Crocodile Park near Rivière des Anguilles is simply a magical place. Along with thousands of Nile crocodiles imported from Madagascar, which are in the park and which you can visit in perfect safety, the guides will take you on an unforgettable walk, strolling through luxuriant greenery like banana trees and giant bamboos. You can visit the giant tortoises wandering around the park and take souvenir photo with them. The Crocodile Affamé restaurant will have great pleasure to offer you a choice of Mauritian and other dishes, in particular those made with crocodile meat which tastes like chicken. The collection of butterflies exposed at the park is one of the largest and most fascinating in the world. After visiting the souvenir shop and buying your made in Mauritius gifts and souvenirs mostly made from farmed crocodile skins, which will remind you of your visit to the park. Rochester Falls nearby Souillac, you simply have to watch and admire the beauty of nature. The public beach of Gris-Gris at Souillac as well is simply magnificent. Rough seas, poetic waves rolling down the beach, and captivating landscapes. What could anyone expect more from Mother Nature? Moving southwest in the region of Chamarel, almost in the wilderness, you will discover a miracle of nature. That's the 7 colored earths. Whatever be the explanation, it's a curiosity which attracts thousands of visitors every year. Have a close look and you'll be able to distinguish 7 different colors of earth, which is something unique in the world. Driving along the coastal road between Le Morne and Riambel in the south, you come across some beautiful landscapes like Macondé, Baie du Cap and Belle-Homme. That part of the island has recently been transformed and is fast developing into a captivating tourist resort. Thus, we already have few additional emerging jewels by the name of Dina Robin Hotel and Spa, Hotel Heritage Golf and Spa Resorts, Le Telfair Golf Resort, Tamasa Hotel, and Movenpick Resort and Spa, all implanted at Belle-Homme. Down the slope, on the way to Baie du Cap, after leaving Chamarel, we can admire the beautiful landscape of Le Morne. But to have a better view of Le Morne, there is no better place than the terrace of Le Chamarel restaurant. It's an ideal place for a break, the time to enjoy your breakfast or lunch and freshen up before resuming your journey. The small fishing village of Le Morne is also closely linked to the history of slavery in the island. Besides its beautiful beaches and luxurious hotels like Le Paradis, Les Pavillons, Baie Beach Resort and Indian Resort, Le Morne is a historic place. Le Morne Mountain is a natural monument evocative of slavery and symbolizing freedom. Hundreds of maroon slaves lost their lives on this mountain during their fight for freedom. They would rather commit suicide by throwing themselves in the emptiness from the height of the mountain to avoid being recaptured by their master. If only this mountain could talk and make certain revelations, what a shame for human beings who are supposed to be a creation of the same God. Let's see what the western part of the island can offer you as attraction. The west means the region of Black River, Tamarin and Flic-en-Flac. Black River, via the Mauritius Anglers Club, is famous for its international competition of big game fishing like the Marlin World Cup competition, which attracts both professionals and amateurs from all over the world every year. The Guinness Book of Records is involved in the competition for the world's biggest catch. The lagoon of Tamarin Bay is the only place to go if you are interested to have a close look at the dolphins. Besides top-class hotels like Sugar Beach, Sofitel, Hilton, La Pirogue, Taj, Villa Caroline, Klondike, Manisha, and a variety of restaurants, boutiques, and shopping centers, Flic-en-Flac, which is fast developing into a most popular tourist resort, also possesses the longest and one of the most beautiful beaches of Mauritius, where tourists can enjoy skiing, surfing, boating, driving, long walks along the beach, or jogging. In brief, the beach belongs to you at Flic-en-Flac. The east of the island is a hidden treasure which needs to be discovered. Among the many high-standard hotels lining off the eastern coast, two of them, namely the Saint-Girand and the Tourist Rock, have been classified among the 10 best in the world, which is a matter of great pride for the country. Trou-de-Douce is a fishing village. Fishermen start their fishing journey early in the morning from this jetty to venture into the open sea. The Bay of Trou-de-Douce is also the starting point to visit the Tourist Rock Hotel by sea. The hotel itself is a jewel of architecture that automatically attracts big names and celebrities from all over the world. The Tourist Rock Hotel is the gateway to l'Île aux Cerfs, which is a world apart, far from the maddening crowd, very far away from tension, the worries and the stress of the daily life. A visit to l'Île aux Cerfs gives the sensation that if ever there exists a heaven somewhere, then this mini island of dream should definitely be its gateway. Grand Bay is a gem of our tourism. The public beach is a diamond necklace. It is the center of attraction for visitors. By day or by night, Grand Bay remains the island's finest tourist resort. World-class hotels like Palm Beach, Le Mauritius, Merville Beach, Veranda, etc. to welcome and accommodate top world-class personalities and celebrities. The public scenic beach of Peribea never fails to bring a little more happiness in your existence through its various attractions and joyful atmosphere. After visiting Grand Bay and a halt at Peribea, your journey will automatically take you to Cap Malheureux, which is a must-see, otherwise you could regret your trip to Paradise Island. On your way to Cap Malheureux, through the coastal sceneries, you will discover on your left the tiny islands of Île Ronde, Île Plate, Île aux Serpents, and above all, Le Coin de Mire, which is bound to attract your attention. It's striking indeed. The chapelle of Cap Malheureux, what a beauty! It's surely one of the most beautiful postcards you would select to send your relatives or friends abroad. So many young couples visiting this place who dream of celebrating their wedding ceremony in this magical environment. The northeast coastal road harbors a succession of top-class hotels set in a décor de rêve, amidst greeneries and golden beaches. Besides Saint-Géron and Toues-Roch, already mentioned earlier, Prince Maurice, Bellemare-Plage, Coco Beach, The Residence, Emerald Beach, Beau Rivage, Palmar Beach, Ambre, Silver Beach, and Le Tropical. The village of Pamplemousse is closely linked with the history of Mauritius during the governorship of Maille de la Bourdonnais and the legend of Paul et Virginie. Let's start with the Royal Botanical Garden of Pamplemousse. Close your eyes for a while and try to imagine the Garden of Eden, which God created for Adam and Eve. Now open your eyes and let's discover this new garden, which was created in the year 1767 by the French botanist Pierre Poivre, a remarkable scientist and administrator, on 20 acres of land belonging to the governor Maille de la Bourdonnais. Undeniably, it's the oldest in the southern hemisphere. Today, it's a botanical treasure where rare species of invaluable plants and trees can still be found. Would you believe that the Garden of Eden could have been more beautiful? So far, the legend of Paul et Virginie is concerned, the author, Bernardin de Saint-Pierre, was inspired by certain real events like the wreck of the ship named Saint-Géron to relate an emotional teenage love story which happened to have a tragic end. By involving those real events, places, and above all the governor Maille de la Bourdonnais himself in his narration, many people still believe it was a true story. The French governor Maille de la Bourdonnais lived in this castle which he named Mon Désir, meaning my desire. There could be no better place for the samadhi of the father of the nation, late Sir Sivasagar Ramgoolam. It would be interesting if these two great administrators who did govern the island at different periods could have a little chat together and have their say on the present situation. This church, one of the oldest in the country, was in fact frequented by the governor Maille de la Bourdonnais and his entourage, and Bernardin de Saint-Pierre, who visited Mauritius, then called Île-de-France, mentioned it in his novel. On the left side of the entrance, the statues of Paul et Virginie, with excerpts from the novel well in evidence to attract visitors, keep reminding us about their beautiful love story. On the right side, we can feel the imposing presence of Maille de la Bourdonnais, as if confirming the veracity of the novel of Bernardin de Saint-Pierre. No doubt, this lovely legend will not be forgotten so soon. A visit to this museum, housed in an authentic sugar factory at Beauplan, will unfold to you the history of sugar in Mauritius. Much more than a museum, it is a search into the memory of the island, since sugar has always been the main economic resource of the island from the very beginning. The museum is situated only a few kilometers from Pamplemousse's garden. A day's rest to relax and gather forces to carry on the next day is sometimes necessary. In such cases, the ideal place to spend the day will be le Domaine Les Pailles at Pailles, on the way to the capital. You will meet up the colonial past of the island, the first sugar mill, the horse carriage, etc. The natural decor is such that you will feel totally cut off from the rest of the world. You could simply enjoy your walk across the domain, which is a natural park, taking the time and pleasure to appreciate and contemplate the beauty surrounding you, most probably taking some snaps. Domaine Les Pailles is a unique little piece of paradise where the traditional way of living is resorted by memory. It is the magnificent hidden valley situated in the vicinity of the capital city of Port-Louis. And at the end of the day, you will surely be tempted to enjoy a quiet but delicious dish in one of the most popular restaurants of the domain. Indeed, Domaine Les Pailles is authentic, enchanting, and delightful. It's a world beyond your dreams. The 10th district, situated 560 kilometers to the east of Mauritius, Rodrigues, with a population of 35,500, is yet another feature in the cap of Mauritian tourism, both in terms of natural scenery and culture. Its capital is Port-Mathurin. Its economy is based mainly on fishing, cattle rearing, and a developing tourism sector. Formerly dependent on the central government, today Rodrigues has the privilege of enjoying its autonomy. There is a regional council which is led by the chief commissioner. Rising from the sea like a hill, the island is beautiful and its music and folklore are most inviting. Rodriguans are keen to preserve their social, cultural, and physical environment. The simple lifestyle of the local population, their friendship and hospitality, its vast lagoons, certain specific products made in Rodrigues, such as dry fish, dry octopus, lemons, bottled chilies called piment confit, and straw hats, which are most popular and very much in demand, are enough reasons to attract tourists seeking peace and tranquility. A brief stay in Rodrigues is always a rich experience. The government set up the Board of Investment for promoting and facilitating foreign investment in Mauritius by improving the investment climate and encouraging innovation. BOI's range of free services includes the following items: counseling on investment opportunities in Mauritius, providing tailor-made information for the setting up of a business in Mauritius, organization of customized meeting and visits, identification of joint venture partners, assistance with site locations and production facilities, and assistance for occupation permits, licenses, and clearances. The Board of Investment is viewed both locally and internationally as a strategic partner for any investor wishing to benefit from thriving business environments of Mauritius. DBM and SIC. The Development Bank of Mauritius, along with the State Investment Corporation and the private sector, are potential financial partners for viable joint ventures with foreign investors. Enterprise Mauritius is here to offer its services as a shop window for Mauritian exporters and their offerings, and a one-stop shop information gateway for international buyers at a much faster pace than traditional techniques. The Integrated Resort Scheme, recently launched by the government under the aegis of the Ministry of Tourism and Leisure, in collaboration with the Board of Investment and the private sector in view of attracting rich celebrities throughout the world to become owners of a secondary residence in the Paradise Island, has started bearing its fruit. Luxurious residential villas are growing like mushrooms, thus transforming the west coast of the island. Obviously, the IRS project is bound to emerge as a successful operation, and its contribution in the promotion of our tourism industry at a different level might be quite fruitful to the country in many aspects. Mauritius is the crossword for all occasions. Its uniqueness: despite modernization, Mauritius has preserved the dreamt lifestyle. You will always be welcomed in the land of Polyvirginie. Come to contemporary Mauritius, and you hold the world in the palm of your hand.